Hi, my name's Mandy, and I keep hearing a lot of things on Facebook and all the chats and everything about whether somebody should lease or buy. And it's funny as I get both. They go, don't ever lease, don't ever buy. And so what that really means is that you really need to find the product and the solution that's best for you. The good news is that if you're watching this, you've probably decided that the utility company is definitely not the best situation. It's just what we've been used to for the longest time, right? And so what I do is definitely a disruptor, challenging the norm a little bit. And so I really seek to get people some education and really help them have a better understanding of what the options are, okay? So one thing to understand is that there is an option to buy power, and then there's an option to buy panels. So your option to buy power is either called a lease or a PPA with most companies. A lease and a PPA have got a really bad reputation because of old agreements or small companies that maybe didn't have the warranties or agreements that they should. It's very rare to see something like that today. So I'll tell you that I've been in the solar industry for about 4 years, and I have a lease on my house, and I had a lease on my last house. I've had zero problems with it. I love it, and the reason I love it is because in a lease, you are just buying cheaper power. You see savings from day one, and you are put no money out of pocket, and you're responsible for nothing. Seriously, nothing. The inverters are guaranteed, the panels are guaranteed, it's monitored, and you're getting a set agreed upon amount of power. So your system is not, the panels and the inverter don't matter, okay? You're buying power. Let's say you need 10,000 kilowatts of electricity every year. The system will get you 10,000 kilowatts of electricity every year. If it gets less, your solar company should offer you a production guarantee. Production guarantee means that if the agreed upon number in your agreement of kilowatt hours is not produced, you'll be issued a refund check. You also should be receiving a production guarantee that gives you overproduction for free. So if that system were to get more than 10,000 kilowatt hours a year, that extra power is free at no charge for you, which means that you could use more than what you paid for, or you would roll over credits and extra money at the end of the year with Edison, which is awesome, okay? So make sure that if you are doing a lease or a PPA that you have a production and a performance guarantee. You also want to look for things in your agreement about paying no money out of pocket. You want to make sure that there's monitoring. You want to make sure that there are good policies in place for when you sell your house. It's another thing I think where the bad perception of leasing and PPAs come from is people think I can't sell my house. Totally not true. Easiest thing you've ever done. I've done it. I have quite a few real estate agents that are clients that do it on a regular basis. If you know how to do it and you have the right agent, it's the easiest thing ever. And if you work with a big company like Sunrun, they have an entire team that helps to handle that for you, a transfer team that works with your agent on how to list your house, what paperwork to do to make sure that it's done easily and quickly, and they make sure that the new home buyer totally qualifies for it and understands what they're signing for and what their options are. Also, most lease and PPA agreements have a handful of different things that you can do in the event that when you sell your house to make it work for you and your buyer, depending on what kind of market we're in, what kind of buyer it is. But remember, when it comes to selling your home with solar on it, it's just an upgrade to your home. It's something that adds value. It's like having a new kitchen or adding a pool or adding a tree in your front yard so you have more curb appeal. It's just things that you do to make your house look good or make your house better, okay? And who doesn't want a home that gets cheaper or free electricity, right? Even if you go with a purchase. So a purchase is great for somebody who typically plans on living in their house for a good amount of time, right? Because on a purchase, you're buying the system. Most people are doing a loan, a solar loan, which means that you're taking your savings and you're kind of stretching it out over to about 6 to 10 years. The return on the investment on a purchase is usually 6 to 10 years for most people. And that also depends on if you qualify for the tax incentives and if you apply those back to your solar loan or if you choose to keep them. Those things change it up a little bit too. So just for the most simple explanation, a solar loan means that whatever the cost of the system is divided out by over 10 or 20 years. You make a flat monthly payment with no increase or escalator, and that payment goes towards interest and principal. And once you've paid your system off, it's yours. You own it. You own it from the beginning, even with the loan. but you're responsible for making sure that that's on your homeowner's insurance policy, and you, at the end of the term of the 10 or the 20 years, the system's completely paid off, there's no monthly payment anymore. That's where the free power comes in. So I typically think that somebody who wants to purchase plans on staying in their house for a good amount of time. They could benefit from the tax credits, which means that they have a tax liability, and they understand that they're not going to get immediate savings. So somebody who's looking into solar because they want to save money without any money out of pocket, PPA or a lease. Somebody who's looking to invest in their future and expecting to be on a fixed income or wants the idea of eliminating electricity bill altogether, I would usually recommend a purchase. So it's really important to get educated, get a better, deeper understanding of both products, because it's a very fast explanation, and to ask questions. Nobody that works in the solar industry will ever discourage you from asking questions. Our job is to really get out the information and help you get educated. So get educated, ask questions, don't be scared of what you're gonna learn. There's no bad that could happen by getting educated about solar. My name is Mandy again. My company really focuses on making sure that people just understand. So whether solar's right, I personally believe that solar's right for everybody, but whether it's right for you or not, just get the facts. And make sure that you're able to really understand the difference between people who know what they're talking about in the industry and people who don't. So I'm available any day, anytime. Please shoot me a message and just let me know what your questions are. I really am here just to answer questions and not try to sell you solar, because if it makes sense, it's a no-brainer. I don't need to push you to do it, okay? So again, thank you so much. Have a good day, and we will hopefully hear from you soon.